Hello. This is the voice of Luck, and this is a video that I made because I like this video game. Basically, I'm just gonna be doing a voiceover on a full playthrough I did of Jusant. I didn't 100% it, I just wanted to see how fast it would take me to beat. So, that's what we're doing. This game is genuinely really good. I had never heard about it before I discovered it the other day, and I looked on YouTube and nobody had uploaded like an interesting video besides like reviews of it. So I decided why not make one myself, because it could be fun. So I'll explain the controls a little bit first. That probably make the most sense. So this game's about climbing a big mountain, right? So you use your triggers to grab onto things. You use your left stick to move your hands and walk around on the ground. And you can hold A when you're grabbed onto one thing with both hands to jump. You can press A again to double jump. That green bar is stamina. It lowers whenever you climb, and the little white bit at the top is a lowered cap from whenever you jump. The stuff on the right, or the left, sorry, is that's your distance on your rope, and you can put down 3 little extra hooks during your climb to help you, if you fall. I don't use them very much in this video because it's, I was trying to go fast to see how fast I can do it. So there's not going to be any like reading of extra stuff. I'm not picking up any of the collectibles. I'm just kind of going through the game because I genuinely have fun. I will not be talking during the cutscenes because I think they're pretty good cutscenes and I don't want to really ruin them, just like you saw in the very beginning. I don't know how much the voiceover is going to be because this video is an hour and a half long almost, and I don't really want to talk for for that long. So we'll see. I'm going to try to talk as much as I can. Oh yeah, with this, so you use LB and RB to go up and down, right? And if you're against the wall, you can run back and forth, or if you're not, you swing. And it's momentum based, and it's actually pretty fun. The sections you do use it is actually really good. Like, they're really good. But this is chapter 1, so it's the intro. So it's really easy. It teaches you things. Yeah, the pythons are the extra things. If you hold X, you place another one down, so if you miss, you fall back to there. Like, and you hang from there instead of where you're originally connecting. But I don't really use them much. But I just decided to do this. I started working on this at 7 a.m. this morning, just because I decided to do it, so I did it. But it was fun to record. Although what you're watching now is the second time I recorded this, because the first time it looked absolutely horrible, so I had to fix some settings in order to get it to look right. But I think it looks way better now. I think the actual video part turned out great. I don't know how this voiceover is going to do because I've never done something like this before, But we'll see how it goes, I like this game. I've never made a video ever. So this is a first ever thing for me, which will be really interesting to see how it turns out. I'm not expecting much, but it could be cool. I don't know. I'll talk about what we're doing right now. I guess that would be good because I'm running out of other things to talk about. So right now, we're climbing up, and we're going to get to this lighthouse-looking thing. And then we have to climb the lighthouse. Who would have thought you have to climb in the final game? And then we're going to blow a horn, and a cutscene will play. And you won't hear from me because I won't talk from the cutscenes. But, I don't know. I think if you have this game is on Steam too. it's $25, 25 USD when not on sale. I don't think it's worth that much, but I'd pick it up for like 15, you know, if it ever goes on sale. It's also in the Xbox Game Pass. If you have that and you want to play it that way, I think it's totally worth a playthrough. My first playthrough only took like 3 or 4 hours. It was really short. That was with me picking up side stuff, with me not knowing where I was going, you know. But I think this game is actually, you know, incredible for what it is. The story doesn't really make any sense because it's one of those games where like all the exposition takes place in like notes and stuff, and unless you read them, you don't really know what's happening. But I think the gist of it is that you're in this world. Like, I don't even know who the character is. I don't even know if they're a male or a female. Like, I'm leaning more towards female just because that's how, when they, you know, make noises of exertion, it sounds more like a female than anything, but I'm not 100% sure. But I think the gist of it is, I got stuck here. I was trying to reach up to the second one, and I didn't realize that the third little rung was a grab one. Like, usually if you play through that, you put down a pipe in there so you don't fall, but I didn't because I don't care. This cutscene's coming up, so I'm gonna shut up. So that was the first of 5 horns we need to blow. That was chapter 1 as well. Now we're on chapter 2, and there's no horn in chapter 2 because it's in chapter 1. It's really weird. But the next horn will be in 3, and then 4, and then 5, and then the last one. There are 6 total chapters in this game. They each have a different vibe and setting, but they're all really good. So our little blue dude, you can press up on the D-pad to make him do the weird blue circle thing, and he'll grow certain plants and activate certain things. You can press, if you're playing this casually, you press right on the D-pad, and he'll reveal collectibles nearby, the next path forward, you know, that sort of thing. And you can press left to interact with them, and it's pretty cute. But we ignore everything but up because up is a necessary thing. Usually with these blue things, you can grab onto them before you grow them. You'll see me do it a couple of times, but if you grab onto them before you grow them, then you get carried up with them. So it saves quite a bit of time when you do that. But I didn't do it there, mainly because I didn't want to, you know, fall. Jumping sideways from like the back wall to the side wall is kind of finicky in this game. There are a couple times in this video where I do mess up and I have to like redo a section, but it's whatever. I was not recording a flawless playthrough. I was just doing it to see how fast I could do it and how fast, you know, if I was happy. These things, again, it's another up on the D-pad thing. Your little guy, they'll grow and you can use them as handholds. But chapter 2 and chapter 1 are both pretty simple because, you know, chapter 1's the tutorial chapter and chapter 2's the introducing all the, you know, new things, and you're still getting accustomed to it. Chapter 3 is my favorite. I think that chapter 3 is really good. It's also it looks really nice. You'll see it when we get there, but it's definitely my favorite. But oh yeah, I totally forgot to talk about the kind of idea of what we're doing. So you'll see in chapter 5. In chapter 5, we meet this animal, and our blue dude is a baby version of that creature, and they like hold water or something. It's really weird. But in this world, it hasn't rained in a really long time. So, like, you know, things are like dying because of it. So, and people used to live in this tower, but now they're not, because there's no water. So they have to move somewhere else to survive. So I'm pretty sure we're climbing to the top to like reunite this dude with his family or whatever. I'll talk more in depth when we actually get there, so you can see what I mean. Because, you know, for the first 15 minutes, it's a lot. But you know, good video game. Double jump right there to activate these things so that we can climb up again. Then we activate the other ones. Then I think I jump. No, I don't. I jump here. I do a double jump here, even though I didn't need to get up there. And then also, if you're on the ground and you hold B, you retract the rope. I just do it to get it out of the way. You don't really have to. These are little elevators. You activate them, they'll take you up a little bit. They're really nice, you know. If they're available, always take those over climbing. They're way faster. There's a collectible to the right through that doorway, but, you know, ignore it because you gotta go fast. Now we're gonna climb up this ladder, go across this ledge, and then we're gonna swing across a little, like, chasm. We're gonna go up an elevator again. We're gonna go across this ledge, go up this elevator, swing across a little chasm, and you'll see what I mean about grabbing onto the blue things before activating them, because I do it here. And it's because if you don't do this, then you have to swing over there, activate it, then you swing back over, and then you climb up it. But if you just activate it, then you don't, you only have to climb the last couple handholds, and it saves quite a bit of time. You know? Now we're running through this cave. We're gonna come across another collectible. You're not gonna actually see it because I didn't turn the camera that way. But when I drop down this ledge over here, behind me is a painting or like a mural on the wall. And if you press up on the D-pad, like when you activate the plants, then the little dude will do it, and it'll shine blue, and you can read about it. There are little excerpts that you can read about in the menu. I haven't even read them because I didn't even know they were there. Now we're going up this plant again with the same trick. I think we're trying to, yeah, now we're jumping to this plant, and we're doing the same thing with this one. Sometimes these plants split off like that, and the flower doesn't actually go to the highest point, so you have to climb back down. I know there's another one that I'll talk about more in depth when I get there, because you actually have to do something more than just, or I do something more than just climb. But now we're getting close to chapter 3. And chapter 3 is really fun. It's also, you can see by how the scenery is changing what it's going to look like. But it is a very fun chapter. Also, I think it's very cool that when you climb on overhangs like this, you're actually incredibly slow because you don't have your legs to hand up for you. Um, so when I usually play this game, I'll retract my rope before interacting with anything. But you'll see that I don't do that, and I just pull the bridge down, and that's because you can actually, like, that'll just retract your rope. It actually, it actually goes faster. Actually, showing the barrel, I didn't mean to. But if you double tap RB, you go up faster, like that. Um, I didn't mean to do that, because it's actually not very useful. Like, I think because you have to adjust so much in these, that it's better to just go up as slow as possible. Like this, you can get really high up on this wall, but I didn't bother. I just climbed up it. But it's definitely in the later chapters where the climbing gets like tougher. It's not tough like at all, but you have a lot more to think about. We're gonna go past this note that we don't pick up because gotta go fast. Swing across another chasm. Then we're gonna climb up a ladder. Oh, I totally forgot about that. Yeah, in this run, I for some reason shot across. But we're gonna climb up this ladder, and then a cutscene's gonna start chapter 3. So you'll hear from me then. And now we're back. That was a really quick cutscene. But now we got the drip goggles on, as you saw. And chapter 3 and chapter 4 are definitely the hardest chapters, in my opinion. Because the things you have to use are just more difficult than in any other chapter. But this is my favorite chapter. I don't really know why. I just think it's the most enjoyable. Especially because the new rules that you have to play with are really cool. You'll see one in just a second. It'll pop up what I'm going to tell you. So, when you're in the sun and you see that flashing orange around the edge of the stamina bar, it drains more quickly when you're in the sun, which you don't really have to think about. Like, you can totally just ignore it because you never climb long enough. I think they designed this area around the limited amount of stamina, but also these flowers, they'll die. The ones in the sun will die, so you have to get off them fast. And that's probably the hardest part of this, is that if you're not fast enough, you'll just fall. So you have to be fast. I know in one section in this, I totally almost fell. Like, I totally almost just fell all the way down because just didn't, I don't put the safety things out, and I almost completely failed. You can see, it's right here, I think, actually. This is probably one of the hardest spots. Yeah, you'll see, I totally just, failed that. It didn't go where I wanted it to, so I just gave up. And I just reset. And then this time I started from down. Then I jumped across here, activated this one, and you see they're decaying under me, so I have to jump before these new ones finish growing, and then so that I can make it. And then in this, we just want to climb up to here, and then we're just going to descend down the cliff and run to the right. I'm just going to jump and land on the ground. We're going to grab onto this plant, do the good old activate the plant before ascending. And then we're going to activate these, because these are in the shade so they don't decay, so that's fine. This plant does not like, it doesn't like to let go of you, so you have to kind of finagle it. And then you climb up here, you activate this other plant, which is in the sun. So you speed past this, you do a double jump, and then you just kind of go up here, and you can do another jump if you want. I just climb it. Why not? Now these things are like basically checkpoints. If you hold on to them with at least one hand and then hold X, you reattach and you regain all your stamina. We will be hitting almost every single one that's in our path just for safety's sake, and because they reset your stamina, so you don't have to keep lowering it until you can only do a couple of moves before you have to refill it. I should probably explain that too. So stamina bar, if you're actively climbing, you hold the left stick in, and it'll refill, but it'll only refill up to the bottom of the white part that drains from when you jump. So if you do a bunch of jumps, you have less stamina to work with and you have to refill it more often. It never gets too crazy when you normally play it, but in this one, it'll get kind of low because I kind of, I kind of use a lot more jumps than necessary because they are quicker. In this part, I always forget where to go. You go around here. You're gonna climb up this wall, and then they're gonna introduce my least favorite mechanic in this entire game, just because they're really slow. Are these bugs? You hold on to them; they're like rocks, right? You hold on to them and they move, but though if you hold on for them too long, they just kind of stop. And there are so many sections with them, and I do not like them. They just slow you down too much. I just kind of think they're too, I just don't think there's enough there for them. And then we go down this wall a little bit, and then we're going to go up on this ledge to the right to enter another area. That plant right there, if you activate it, would be a shortcut down if you want to go back and explore. You don't do that because, you gotta go fast and all that. With this area, we're going to run up these stairs, go back. You'll see a ladder. We're going to climb up the ladder, climb across the beams. Pretty basic stuff. But then, actually, you can just watch and I'll perfect up with what I was going to say. Okay, so here, what you usually want to do is you swing over, activate the plants, swing back, and then jump onto the plants. But I figured out that you can just completely skip the plants and you can land on this ledge. You have to be, it's pretty precise though, and I didn't even get it correctly this time. I ended up grabbing onto the ledge, but I've landed just flat on it before. But you can totally skip those plants. See, I grab it? Yeah. And then there's more annoying bugs. Luckily, in this chapter, the bugs aren't too annoying, but in chapter 4, they really are. We're gonna grow this plant, and then we're gonna climb onto this wood wall, and we're gonna go all the way to the left. And there's gonna be one of those checkpoint things over there. And we're gonna activate that, and swing across to a fan. More of a window, I think. And now here we place down one of those points and we swing across over here. Now we're over here. When I usually come here, I've always actually ran up these stairs. There are some stairs to the left. You'll probably see them They're right there. The stairs back there, I usually run up there. Well, this time I remember to not do that because they go nowhere. Except for collectibles. We want the collectibles out, but we don't need the collectibles. We get up here, we go off to the left, and we climb up with some more bugs. Those are like pure bugs. You see why they're so slow. This is when I use a lot of jumps because you can easily get from one bug to another rather than if you're aiming for that checkpoint right there. I'm gonna activate these plants. Jump to them. Grab onto these bugs up here and hit the checkpoint. That heart pounding sound is my stamina right really low. I don't hear it too often because it usually doesn't get that low, but it does happen. Across this broken bridge, and this is one of my favorite sections in this chapter, and probably in the entire game, to be honest. I just think it's very fun. You attached at this point, you slide down your rope, and then you swing across a giant chasm to the other end of the bridge. And what I like to do is, whenever you go on the backswing, you'll see the beam of the bridge, the curve, you'll see that, and then you want to just send it, and you just hold A, and then you grab the, you just grab it right near the top. If you go a little bit lower than I did, you can just grab it right at the top, but I didn't go low enough, and I wasn't going to re-swing for something so minuscule. Now we walk around this way. This place, this part of the area gives me heavy Star Wars vibes for some reason. Like, it just looks like an area that would be in Star Wars. It also reminds me of Red Rock Canyon from Fallout New Vegas, but that's probably because it's red. This is a pretty quick section. You just kind of hold, you just kind of go left and then you go up. You'll hit this checkpoint and then it's some more bug action. And I don't like the bugs. But that's, they're fine, you know. So what we're going to do is drop down. We're going to swing left, activate the plants, swing back, grab the plants, activate this plant, and because we're in the shade, they don't die, which is, you know, good, because we kind of need them. Then we're going to activate this plant, and these are in the sun, so they will die. So we jump a little bit forward, we kind of need that. We climb up as high as we can, jump to this bug. We're going to jump up to the right there. Getting our stamina back. We jump up and then we grab these. We don't have to deal with the bugs right now. Then we get to this little platform, which is, you know, access checkpoint. We grab this, and we have to wait for these bugs to climb up higher so that I can jump to them, grab them, and then we're gonna jump up to this bug, and we're gonna wait for a little bit, and then jump up to the wood beam, and then climb up. We're not going that way, we're going back across. You see, I tried to grab under the wall, but it didn't let me. So we grab onto this wall, and we go this way. Here, I've played. This recording that you're watching is my third playthrough in like, I don't know, 5 or 6 hours. So I kind of memorized it. This part is annoying because the camera zooms out and it doesn't give you control back of the camera. We can still start climbing the wall, so I do. It's just kind of hard to see. I don't like it when video games take away the control of the camera from the player. I just think it makes it, you know, a little bit, you know, a little more annoying to play, especially when you can still move when the camera is taken. For this time, we're gonna go up here, swing up right around, hit this zip line, and we're coming up to the end of chapter 3. This chapter is pretty quick if you know what you're doing. We're gonna climb up this gash in the wall, and there's gonna be a platform up here, and then we're gonna jump to it, and then we have more bug action. You can actually, what I do here is I go up between this rock and the tree, the little tree sticking out, with this guy, and then I jump across to the other dudes, and then we jump to this guy, and then we're gonna jump across to this point, and then it skips having to go down and around. Right here, this little rock section is the last stretch, and if you ever, you basically always want to double jump if you're going to jump, but sometimes you don't need to, so I don't always do it. This, you run around to the right a little bit so you don't get stuck. You've gotten stuck there. And then a cutscene play. Now, we enter chapter 4, which is probably the second chapter, but it is really cool. It takes place entirely underground, or you're like inside the mountain, which is pretty cool. So it's a lot of tight areas and tight spaces. This area, I always forget where to go, and you have to go up there. I always think the path to look forward, and I do the little right up here, go up these stairs, everyday things. Here, we have to open that door down. Climb up so they're used to having way larger jumps. And interact with this wheel, open the door. Grab a rope. Put our thing in this thing, and put our thing in this thing. I'm going to attach our rope to this hook, and then go all the way down. Instead of dismantling disengage there, we're going to wait until we hit the bottom, so we don't have to drop down. It's faster to climb up the wall here than it is to go, walk all the way down to the ladder. And with that, you can walk all the way down and then climb up. I just climb up first. I think it's easier. We hang a quick left, go in here, and then we jump up with all these. And then we jump, double jump. If you're not attached to your rope, you can do that. I thought there was a rope which will take us to the next puzzle, I guess. Now we attach here. Then we ignore that. I've gone over there so many times that we have to swing back across to where the sparks are. Jump, grab, activate the sparks. Grab the edge. Very, very fun in this chapter. And the area is really cool. You run right through here, right through these stairs. This area, I sometimes get completely lost, but you just have to grab right here on this rock face. Climb all the way up. Just across the stairs. Over to the sparks. Up. I typically jump to the platform. I kind of messed it up in this video. I actually, I didn't jump on it, so grab on it, climbed up. I disengaged when I didn't really need to. Pull this bridge down, and then we climb up this bridge. And then I jump to get up everything. We don't disengage because we have to go anyway. Sparks. Grab the sparks, and grabbing the sparks up, we're grabbing the tree, and we're actually in the perfect position to go on the lower branches of the region. And I jump from right here, and land on the platform, then I don't disengage, because I thought about disengaging right there, but doesn't, so I disengage right here, I can walk over here, and then I have these plants have to stand for 3 seconds, and then it messes up. I try to grab another plant, so it messes up. And I try to grab one of the plants again, and it messes up again. Then I finally grab onto it, and walk across, climb across here. And when we get to the edge, you're supposed to activate another set of plants. But I found you can just jump in. And even when I activate the plants, I still manage to make that jump, so it's not really needed. We're going to do these ones this way. 2 jumps up to this ledge. The buttons climb up the ledge when you're holding on to this egg, but it didn't. I apparently was holding on to the egg, so it didn't. Now we're doing more bug game. So we jump to this guy. Now we jump up here. We're gonna climb here, climb over here, jump across the ledge, jump up the back, jump back to the right. Get the checkpoint, and then we're going to go up with sparks out of this area. See, it's one of the few times I've lowered stamina because of the bugs here. Here, grab the sparks. Go up. And then repeat. Fall across. The more bugs came. Hopefully that one. We open this door and these stairs suck. I mean, it looks like you should be able to just walk off them. We have to jump off them. And this is one of those murals you're supposed to activate, and it'll turn blue. I ignore it though because we don't need it. We walk across here and we hit a zip line. this elevator over here. No. This. I think we're climbing up here. I messed up this jump once, and again, see, I rocked this one. So I go here, walk up these stairs. Exit out here, walk up some more stairs. Now this is like the big final room of the first half of this chapter. Yes, I'm this letter. Activating the plants. Climbing up the plants. We actually put down a point, and then we swing across over there. You can tell us, it's like, where am I supposed to go? Even I don't have this whole thing. I played through this video before 6 chapters to memorize, albeit one of them was really short, so it's not a huge deal. This part, I always saw me sit around, I was looking for where to go, because I knew it wasn't that platform. Jump over here, climb over this horse, grab this horse, and also activate that one. Plants. Now, we want to go up on that plant. Take you all the way up here. Climb right up. You activate this. You don't have to do it. You're climbing up here, and this is one of those weird sections. You go up here. I guess it's not exactly, but eventually it's a pretty weird section. Grab this chicken. And we have more gaming. Jump over this button. Okay, I'm going to jump over that one. Yep, there's that one. Put it in this, and I grab on that one. And we get the rocks. Okay, recoil my stamina up. And grab these bugs. Jump this. Then we jump that. Then we leap out to the right. We walked across this ledge, but the game didn't like it, so I fell down. But luckily I accomplished it. Then we walk across this ledge, and we see all the way down to the bottom where we started the next round, which is a very cool shot. I'm not entirely sure why this game uses these, because usually stuff like this is used to load in new areas, but I think this is just used to show off the area. When we climb up this, we should be coming up on a bridge pretty soon that we cross, and then that'll enter us into the really the second half of this chapter, which is also incredibly cool. Cross this bridge, right up now. I think this is a big plant, yeah. This is like the plant writing section. You write a lot of these flowers up. Save up a lot of time. Leap up here, bugs. Leap up this more bugs. Go to the focus on the right. You see, I messed up. It looked like I had been finished, and then it just decided not to. I had to really long climb up the bridge. I jumped to here, and then I regained my stamina. Because you gotta jump somewhere. This is where my stamina gets really low. Here, and we have to do it all again. But this time we have to make sure to not fall. That'd be annoying. Leap across to this one. Make sure we do that. And then we're going to go to the flower on the top, because that's the one that takes us up high. Activate it. this is where when I said so I put down a point here because we're far away. So I go down, and we slide down the rope a little bit, and swing across and jump so we get like up the ladder, so I don't have to climb down and then climb back up. Just climb up this rock, and then we go through here and we enter the second half of chapter 4. Which is a very cool area. This is the flying jellyfish or somehow flying area, but I'm pretty sure, based on what I've read in the game, like if you notice this place was like filled with water at some point. It's how the people who live inside the mountain climb over here, drop the point to swing down. This was kind of tricky because I don't know if we're supposed to do it yet. That's how I do it. Climb up this. I think I can like grab the platforms. I mean, grab this across. This area has a lot of swinging, which makes sense. So it's just like, but this place, they have where myself. Another from like this point right here, and that I just can't grab the platform for some reason, so I can grab back onto the rock and climb around the platform and force this up. You can see the ship line. Catch the line there. Go up to the right. One time I almost grab this. Swinging anywhere, we kind of scale this one. We're going to stand on it a little bit, run to the right, grab it, up this ladder, run all the way around, climb up this rock face, and this is more bug action, and also like all in the section when we started. But I was not going to re-record this video each playthrough. Getting up here to 50 minutes is not really one mistake. See, I missed it. And I put down a thing and I realized I can't establish it. So I just take it down and I didn't want it back up to the very start. Bug section. And we go again. I think that's like the last big message. If I remember right. Run up this way. Yeah, and now we're here. Bug section suck. And then we activate this along the way. And we're gonna run across. And then this is the biggest thing. You drop all the way down. Instead of heading to the wall to the left of the platform over there, you land on the platform. I'm pretty sure the rope was on them. You could probably launch all the way to the end. I just aim for this time. Jump. I thought I was gonna fall, so I grabbed the wall and actually walk across this bridge. I'm gonna walk this way and left up these stairs to a big chamber. Not to big chamber, just more of the same. Head up this we head here, and we're close to the end now. Pretty sure that I can recognize it. Climb up this. these parts of these little climbing areas are really cool. So you can get them down right. You can go really fast. And this across to the other way. Run across the wall. Usually I swing. And we don't do it this way. Get over here. Take this over here. And all the way up these stairs and activate plants. Here's a good one to climb up the plants. With the rock wall, we gotta go to the left. I always think we have to go up when we stay to the left. We jump to the left. We place a point, and we're gonna run across the wall to the plant. Ride it up. I do not think that's how you're intended to do it, but that's how I do it. And then we ride the plant up. And then you're gonna climb up the extension. We climb up this wall. This will take us to the third hole. Which means another cutscene. Yippee! I would climb all the way up this left wood bit and then jump across. I was trying to, but I always ended up grabbing the rock and then would feel like jump backwards. It was just kind of weird. But, I don't know. Then we came down to this area, just for safety's sake. We're gonna grab back on this. We need to go to the right. So there's no point climbing to the center. I said grab the rocks. Just get them behind. Climb over the rope. Climb the way. We also just wait and hang. It's not gonna be climb up. By the time we get anywhere, we're partly climbed up. So it's not really cool. And then second man right here. And then we have to activate these plants. I activated them a little bit early. Typically if you wait a little bit longer, you can activate both of them. I didn't remember exactly where it was. So I activated that. Climb up here to the left, get on the rocks. Then go over to the checkpoint to go hang down and swing across to another thing. I would put you there so I can jump in and backwards. We hang with this edge and move to the left here and get another checkpoint. We should let this one play so you see how the section works out. Now, wind starts draining our stamina fast. The sun incredibly fast, which is actually a problem. But they don't utilize it a lot. So it's not a this way right here. We're already kind of close to the top. It's in the sun. We're actually kind of close to here. We have to wait to make this jump so we don't it doesn't actually this cave, and in this cave are a couple of tents. As we cross through here, this is where you really know you're basically at the end. Like, this chapter is incredibly short, but I think that makes it a lot of fun because it's so quick that you can really optimize it. So we're gonna go right here to the left and attach to this point probably right here. Climb up the wall, and swing a little bit up like that. This has the wings, so you jump forward. Wait. And activate this plane because I didn't know where it was going to go. Jump with the wing, I almost messed it up. Okay, get in. that part of the place really finicky, and I could never grab it. So I did cross across here, and then I would stop and get my stamina and refill. Come on. Up and overhang and hit a checkpoint. The final checkpoint for the end. Of the ship, not the end of the game. Now I'll go over this layout. So that means another cutscene. Love to see it. At the start of this section, we run to the right a little bit to avoid getting stuck on the rocks. That's happened to me once before. And I'm pretty sure, so I think the gist of what those creatures are is like they're mostly made of water, or they carry a lot of water. And for some reason, all the water in the world has moved up to this point above the mountain. But because it's so cold, they can't get to it, so the rain stopped. I think that's what I think is going on with the very little information that I have. But I just wanted to say, if you've made it this far, thanks. This is an hour and 12 minutes into a stupid video that I made. That's the first ever video I've made to put anywhere on the internet. And it's about a game I've heard nobody talk about. So, you know, thank you for watching. I'm not going to ask you to do any of the YouTube things, but I think it's really cool that you're here now. So, but I will say, as climax chapters go, this is definitely pretty weak in my opinion. You just climb this tower, and like, of course, it's snow. I expected snow, but I would have liked it to incorporate the systems that we've used up to this point, like the sparks, or really hot areas, plants with their bugs or something. Like, it's just a basic climbing section, and it's like kind of long for a basic climbing section. When I first did this, I know where to go. We have to walk up here and press A, which I thought. You get this short little cutscene in the air location. Because I'm pretty sure he's also mostly water, so he's starting to and then we start to climb. You can only climb on these constellations that have dots in between the big parts. So you can go and then we climb down, we jump up there. We have to drop down and swing around and land on a staircase to get to the other window. This, go down, go around, go to the staircase, go. So we go out this window and make this. We go to the left. I had to make sure I was on the right one. Place our point, regain our stamina, go down a little bit. Jump all the way up into the window. And here, jump into the window. Or not the sun. So we can attach here, go down a little bit, just swing all the way up there. And this is basically the top. It's very basic. We make this final jump, then we're gonna walk up a staircase, and then we're gonna get the final cutscene. And you won't hear from me until that. That's like 3-4 minutes, I think. It's quite a long one, but that'll be the end. I'll talk a little bit after that, just because this is the end of the video game, which is it's a very fun game. So see you in a little bit. And that was Jusant. Um, an incredibly fun game, I will say. Don't really know the story, but that's not important to me. Obviously, I like story games. You know, my favorite game ever is Red Dead 2. But games don't need to have a cohesive story. They just need to be interesting. And this one was incredibly interesting. And I had a lot of fun making this video. It's a random idea I came up with at 6 in the morning, just about 5 hours ago, and I just did it until now. You know, it was fun. Thanks for watching. If anybody's watching, I don't expect this video to do very well or reach many people, but I just felt like this game deserved to be shared in more than just reviews. And since I don't know like anything about video editing or anything, I decided I'd just post a full playthrough because that's true to myself, in my opinion. Like, long form content is great, and I think this game, like, should be. I think long form combat suits this game because it's so short. So just having the full game so you can watch and experience it. I will say, if you have Xbox Game Pass or money to spend, go pick this game up, play it yourself. You'll learn a lot more and you'll understand more about the story. I didn't talk about it much because it's very hard to put into words what you read in the game, and I've only played through it once while looking at the things, so it's been a while. But yeah, thanks for watching. If you're here, leave a comment, I would say. I'm not going to ask you to do the other two things, but I think seeing people's opinions would be nice. Because even though this isn't very professional, I did put work into it. It wasn't a lot of work, but it was fun. I'd like to know what you thought, and have fun, I guess. That's about it from me. So maybe I'll make another video sometime. If you want another one, tell me in the comments. I can make another video on another game, and it can be fun. But thanks.